We're with SPU head basketball coach Julie Heisey. Julie and the Falcon women getting ready to head up to Western Washington and Simon Fraser this week. But just having finished the first half of the season at 13-1, and coach, just some thoughts from you on those first 14 games of the year.
It went by fast.
It always does.
Yeah. No, obviously it's been a learning process, and I really liked the way we were able to close out December as far as before Christmas and then coming back. But I thought before Christmas, those last few games, you could tell we had a nice rhythm and that we were playing very well together. And obviously you have different peak times of the season, and conference, usually you kind of peak and then you go down and then you hopefully peak again right before the playoffs. And so I think right now, just having had 9 days off and then playing 4 games, I saw a little bit more of a rhythm in that last game against Billings and a little bit against St. Martin's. But our conference is hard, and we're going to go into a really hard stretch of the season right now. But I'm hoping that the things that we learned in the first half of the season will continue to carry over. We've had really good defensive efforts. I think our defense has been very disruptive, and we've been able to hold people to below averages, and that's been positive. I think our rebounding's been really good, and I just have to go back to the bench, our depth. As much as Courtney and Rachel and Jordan and Erica and Stacy have been really, really good as starters, we've been better just because our bench has given so much, whether it's Bree or whether it's Julie or whether it's Lindsay or Hannah, Jaylee. Every one of them has contributed. And so just, I think that's our goal as we go into the playoffs, that we can use our depth and that we can continue to have good effort and just control the controllables.
Were you expecting the defense to be as good as it has been?
Yeah. I think defense is just work. I think we have a team that loves to work, and they take pride in doing things right. And so I think some of that is just, it's easier to play defense when you're scoring. And, I think you can tell sometimes when we've struggled, that's when our defense has gotten softer. But, yeah, I think we have hard-working kids, and like I said, that take pride in doing things. And I think we've really tried to recognize that it's fun to disrupt people, and that's what we want to do to the teams we play.
Any player or players who maybe had a bit of a breakout season so far for you that you saw in that first half?
Well, I'm pleased with so many of our kids. I think the hardest thing for me as a coach is we have so many kids in practice every day that maybe aren't playing in games, but they're doing great. Okay. You look at Carly or Riley or Maddie Wright and people like that could be, they're showing a lot of effort and they're showing productivity, but it's hard to play 14 or 15 people in a game. So I think some of that, I just want to compliment them, because we wouldn't be where we are if they aren't competing every day in practice. But I think it's been fun to see Rachel really just continue to blossom. I felt like before she got hurt last year, she'd had such a good spring, and she was coming into the season playing really well. So I just have really enjoyed seeing her pull-up jumper and just seeing her be aggressive and get to the rim. And that's, I think, she's been huge. And obviously Courtney and Jordan have continued to improve. And, I really like the last few games where I saw both Courtney and Jordan just being more versatile. Jordan finding ways to make assists as well as baskets, and she's such a good rebounder. And Courtney looking to score in different ways. Last year we talked about posting up, but she wasn't always comfortable playing with her back to the basket, and she's been able to do that a lot more.
You mentioned assists, 2 stats that have really stood out this year. You have assists on a very high percentage of your baskets, and you've cut way down on turnovers. Can you talk about those 2 aspects a little bit?
I'm going to go back to one player I forgot, Erica Pagano, because I think she's been huge. She's shooting 53 or 54% from the field. And so that's a really big change from where she was last year, and just smart and good leader on the floor. And so that's been fun to watch her blossom too.
Yeah, her confidence has gone like from down here to way up here, it seems like.
But as far as assist to turnover ratio, that's something we really have worked on since last spring and all practice. Is just, we want to be very aware of turnovers and possessions. And our team, really, that's our makeup. I think we really like to share the ball. I think we like being a team. And I think, sometimes we're unselfish to a fault. And we sometimes miss an opportunity that's there. But, I think when we're playing really well, it's because we're playing together.
Couple of tough games this week. They don't get much tougher at Simon Fraser, at Western Washington. What do you know about those teams?
They're very, very good, and they can really score points. I mean, I think if anybody wants to see just beautiful offensive effort, you look at Simon Fraser and the way they share the ball and make the extra pass. And I think Ket is one of the best point guards in the conference. I mean, she really can beautiful up-court passes and just run the show. And I think they've had a team that has improved. Meg Wilson is back. Fragilely's better. Homer, was shooting threes, but now she's shooting off the dribble. And so just a lot of, I think they have a really nice team. And then, Western, they have a good team as well. And Peacock is one of the best players, in the West region for sure, and can really light it up, even with the hand in her face. And so, we got, two teams that are tough. I think they play good defense, but they can really score. So, we'll find out what we're made of.
And talking to a couple of the girls, they're really looking forward to these tests this week.
Yeah, they should be. That's why we play. You want to compete. And it's fun to be, each possession counts.
All right.